This is Chapter 3 of Gears of War Judgment. Your first declassified mission here is going to stick you with Nashers and sawed-off shotguns only. And there are two different enemy configurations you can run into here. One is Maulers, and the other, which is the one I have here, is Blood Mounts. And the Blood Mounts are substantially easier. They're still pretty dangerous at close range, but they're nowhere near as dangerous as the Maulers are. So if you're having trouble on this one, you might just want to reload and get the Blood Mounts instead of the Maulers.
We need to keep moving. We have a long way to go to Elliot's house.
I got a statue like that in my atrium.
You have an atrium.
Advancing into this next area, you will be faced with a mini corpser. These guys are really annoying to deal with. You might have fought them in the last section if you did the declassified mission. And the easiest way to fight them is to circle around them. That's not really incredibly easy to do, given how they move. But it's the way you're going to get the most damage in on that when they come out. And your sawed-off here, we haven't really gotten too much of a chance to use this gun a whole bunch before in the single-player game. Just super powerful at close range, but you need to be point-blank to be able to use it properly. But if you can get in that really close range like that, it's pretty much a one-hit kill on almost anything. And up at the top of the stairs here, you'll find a Onyx ammo crate that will refill all of your ammo. And then down at the bottom of the stairs, to the left here, you can find the cog tag for this section. And then after that, you can just head to the exit and go on to the next area. This is section 2. Your declassified is right at the start here. And this is going to just reduce your visibility. It's not too terrible of a declassified mission. You just got to watch out for it. Thankfully, you're loaded down with shotguns after the last area. I swapped out my sawed-off for a Retro Lancer here. The charge ability works really well when you have low visibility in the declassified missions like this. And the main point they're coming from is this little area that I'm firing into right in front of me there. And you do have decreased visibility here, so you want to be careful about advancing too far into this area. It's not that the enemies are necessarily hard to see, it's that you don't really know if they're there and they won't know if you're there, so you can kind of get advanced a little too far, and then it'll end up that you're in a group of a whole bunch of enemies and you didn't even realize it. And these big guys like this, your maulers and your grinders and even your boomers, they have a very poor turn radius, so if you can get right up next to them with a shotgun, you can really deal a lot of damage, and there's not really a whole lot they can do about it.
Bet you're happy to see me.
And after that fight, you're clear to go to the next area, but before you do, you want to go a little bit past the exit and grab the cog tag for this area, which is going to be right here.
Young man, you're fighting animals. Push them into the sea.
Section 3, your declassified mission, is going to be a time limit. This is a pretty restrictive time limit, and it's actually fairly difficult. Thankfully, they give you a marxa right as this area starts, and this is going to kind of be the way you will end up getting through this. Your marxa, it's got a whole lot of ammo, and you can pretty much keep it for most of Paddock's section now. I think they did that probably because it's supposed to be a UIR weapon. He's a UIR guy. But, yeah. Quick way to deal damage at long range. If you pair it with a Nasher, you can take out guys really fast.
I've seen worse.
Through this door, you're going to get a couple of big heavy hitters. Your marxa is really good for getting headshots on these guys. And it takes quite a few to actually down them, but if you get a couple headshots in, you can knock off their helmets, and that makes them more susceptible to damage.
Dig in, baby. Going into overtime. Good to go.
Then you're going to get a couple Ragers here, and what's really going to make this mission tough and getting in under the time limit is taking out these Ragers, because they have a lot of health, and Marxa's not really a very good gun to face them down. So what you really want to try to do is use that Marxa to get off headshots before they actually transform. And the two that rush you right there, they will always transform immediately when they pop up. But several of the other ones here won't. So what you want to try to do is get headshots on them so they don't transform.
We're not done yet.
I really do a pretty poor job of that in this run here. I'm getting pretty down on time here, and you want to make sure you can grab your cog tag before you go here. The cog tag is right at the end of this area, right next to this car before you head to the final gate.
All that's left.
One of the things that makes the Mark so great is that it will refill off of basic ammo boxes. So you can see right now, it's a 120 ammo sniper rifle. Which, if you've played many video games, that's a pretty terrifying gun that you can have in your possession. Yeah, your declassified mission for this one, all it really does is it spawns a couple more enemy waves periodically. And these will come from behind instead of coming from the front of you. So just sort of be aware during this mission to watch out for those. And of course the other good thing about the Markza is, since it is a sniper rifle, you can get headshots which increase your stars faster.
This professor's mansion, it's fighting back?
His home security system. There's no way we'll get past it.
So we came all this way for nothing.
Friends and family entrance, you might say.
So, you must know this professor pretty well.
Well enough. It's this way. What was that?
Good to go. Mortars! The grubs are gonna flatten that house if we don't stop them.
Find a locust using a mortar right at the start here, and there's going to be a few more mortar locusts in this area, but those mortars are really a pretty good thing, because these locusts, they won't really be targeting you all that much, and once you down the guys using the mortars, you get to use the mortars, and you can take out a whole bunch of guys with mortar shots. And I'm just using the mortars here to clear out the barriers up ahead. This is about the time. This is one of the waves that spawns behind you. Your AI are pretty good about noticing that they've spawned there, so if you see your AI shooting behind you, that means one of your declassified mission waves has popped up.
Good to go. Heads up, Kilo! We got more incoming!
You get a couple blood mounts coming through this gate. Blood mounts are a pain to deal with. The best way to eliminate damage from them is to take out their rider first. If you can, they can be kind of hard to aim properly on, but taking out the rider eliminates the threat that they pose at long range.
More for me.
And you want to take out the mortar guy up there, right when you get in. And there, we just got a wave of wretches for our declassified mission wave. And you can actually see I stepped over the cog tag right there, but I didn't grab it yet. I just wait till after all the enemies are dead to go for it, but it's right by that big shipping container. And since you've got the marks for most of your time that you're playing as Paddock here in this chapter of the game, getting stars is pretty easy. Like I said, Marxa offers a lot of opportunities to rank up extra points compared to a lot of the other guns.
Yes, that was excellent.
All that's left.
Oh, come on, Paddock. Better.
And you'll get a couple more enemies spawning here right towards the end, but if you can just come up here and use your mortar, you can probably kill them without any effort.
More for me.
Then after that, just head to the exit.